Prime Time Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. I'm Lane Hoffert. Rendell Park Elementary School in Lloydminster will be taking part in all sorts of activities for Literacy Week, while also hearing from some guest speakers.
You hear that? Yeah, what are we supposed to do?
Today's guest speakers were the firefighters, which read a firefighting book to them. There will be other guests throughout the week, which hopes to be fun and exciting for the kids.
Literacy Week's a big week for us. We reach out to community partners for connections. Like as you saw, the fire department, the Lloydminster Bobcats are coming in, and some members from our senior admin team. They're coming in to read books and make connections with kids in our school from grades kindergarten all the way to grade 5.
Other fun things the students get to participate in are Crazy Sock Day and also Jersey Day. The kids get a chance to have some fun in school, while also making new connections with different people.
I guess I would say that Literacy Week for us is different for the kids because they get to see different people. For us, it's nice to have a little break and sit back and watch some other people interact with them, and how positive that is for our school and school community.
The Bobcats will head over to the school on Thursday with some other activities planned to round out the week. The Rotary Club of Lloydminster had a special guest attend and speak at their weekly meeting today. Rotary District Governor Brian Edwards came to Lloyd today as part of his way of maintaining unity between all of the clubs he governs. He says that keeping the exchange of ideas strong between clubs makes Rotary stronger as a whole.
It's important, I feel, for clubs to understand they're part of a bigger organization. They understand that there's a greater Rotary that they are contributing to, and also that we can help contribute to the clubs.
Edwards says that the Rotary clubs he governs play huge roles in shaping the culture of their communities, and that communities flourish when they have Rotary clubs working to make them better.
That by bringing Rotary values into the community, we make for a stronger community, and we make a better community. And so when I look at communities that have active Rotary clubs, they're healthy, they're growing, they're supportive of the people in the community, and Rotary's a leader in creating that community.
Edwards believes that the Rotary Club of Lloydminster has been a great example for all Rotary clubs on community involvement. A local woman is turning her love for dogs into a successful business. What began as homemade treats for her own pets has grown into the Divine Dixie. Randy Cormish has more.
Wanting a healthier option for her two dogs, Gabrielle began baking her own dog treats at home. Her dogs loved them, and the idea for a business took off.
Started a long time ago. It's crazy to think, almost 5 years ago when the world shut down. I had just got my puppy, and we couldn't go out, we couldn't do anything, so I thought, what better than to look up all the things that are going into her treats that I just bought from, Walmart and Superstore, that kind of thing. And I learned that the ingredients were honestly horrible. And I thought, well, it can't be that hard. I'll just make them myself.
She launched the Divine Dixie almost 5 years ago, offering homemade treats as well as paw balm, which helps smooth dry paws and noses.
My paw balms, those are really popular. I started them with my other dog because he has very dry paws. And so I use Fairtrade shea butter and beeswax from Flint Farm, actually, so local. And it's all safe if they ingest it as well, natural ingredients.
Gabrielle runs the business from her home in Lashburn, baking and packaging everything with love. She enjoys selling her products at local markets, where pet owners appreciate the care and quality in each item.
They're personal. They're made with love. I'm the only person that is making them, so I can put in what I believe is the best for your dog.
What began as a simple solution for her pets has turned into a thriving business that keeps dogs healthy and happy. Randy Cormish, Primetime Local News.
It's time now for Retrospect. Here's Nick Hott.
This week on Retrospect, we travel back to 1998 for a look into January snow clearing.
No, it's not a small mountain. It's actually a rut on a residential street. The unseasonably mild January has turned hard-packed snow into slush. Driving around has become a chore on some roads, so city cleaning crews have sharpened their blades and are coming to the rescue. But first, they have to get parked cars out of their way, and that seems to be a major stumbling block.
Houses is not quite as bad. Apartments is very difficult to find owners. Some are in Regina or Saskatoon, and some more in Ontario, so it makes it really hard.
City crews are going around door to door giving advanced notices. The trucks started in the southwest corner of the city and are working to finish up to Highway 17 and 36th Street. The trucks are breaking a sweat in some areas where the snow is deep. They don't have a grader by their side this year.
Traditionally, in the past, when we did a residential snowplow, there was too much on the ground in order for the trucks to actually accomplish anything. But this year, it's a relatively small amount of snow, and the trucks are capable of handling it.
After the streets are done, it's up to residents to clean up their sidewalks and driveways. Some say that's okay and that the roads have been well kept all winter.
I think it's just fine. The city can't possibly get to everywhere at once, and they're doing an all right job.
As far as the amount of snow, it's probably in the last 10 years is as little as snow as I've ever seen. And I guess you can't complain. Maybe other people can, but we sure can't.
Well, anyone who bought a snowblower this winter can complain.
Only used it twice. So, pretty expensive snowblower. But it'll come in handy in a few years, following years.
Richard Ozero, NewsHour.
Next, we jump forward to 2002 for a look into the opening of the Vic Juba Theatre.
The finest occasion, the first night of first nights, for tonight is the night that this finest of theaters does launch. Welcome ye to the Vic Juba Community Theatre.
17 years, 4 committees, and countless volunteers later, the City of Lloydminster finally celebrated the grand gala opening of the Vic Juba Community Theatre, and it was well worth the wait.
Somewhat electrifying is probably the good word. It's been a long time coming, but it is so exciting, and to have a facility like this in Lloydminster, that people, I'm sure, are just going to be amazed. They'll be in absolute awe when they see the show, and everything I think it's just going to be a great, great performance.
146 performers showcased everything from Ukrainian Malanka dancing to opera and Shakespeare.
Lord, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
The theater seats 563, and the orchestra pit was constructed with a state-of-the-art lift. Performers and patrons alike were very impressed with the end result.
It's a really nice theater. It's going to be used a lot, and it's going to be helpful for a whole lot of people. I know I'm going to be there a lot, and I know a lot of other people that are.
It just felt awesome. Like, it's amazing to be a part of this huge, it's a big thing in Lloydminster, and I'm so happy that we have this amazing facility to perform in, and I just love to perform tonight for everyone.
Well, I think it's even more than what we expected, and to think that it's all local. So, and then of course the theater. It's just wonderful.
It was really good. I'm new to the city here, so it's kind of exciting to be here the first night that it's open, and I've really enjoyed everything I've seen.
The Grand Gala continues until Sunday, when organizers will be able to breathe a sigh of relief.
I think it's collapse time around 5 p.m. on Sunday.
Nina Gill, NewsHour.
And that's all for this week of Retrospect.
Retrospect is brought to you by Webb's Machinery. Find New Holland products at Webb's Machinery, your dealer in Vermilion, Vegreville, Lamont, Wainwright, St. Paul, and Consulate.
We'll have more primetime local news after the break. A Lloydminster musician has won the title of Mr. Filipinas Worldwide Alberta. Our Estarte Lazo has more.
Today I'm joined by Rafi Jag, Lloydminster musician. How are you today, Rafi?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So thank you for joining us at the station today.
Of course.
And yeah, so recently you won the Mr. Filipinas Worldwide pageant here in Alberta, which congratulations, by the way. Yeah, of course, you got the crown and everything. So would you be able to tell us more about that and what it means to be Mr. Filipinas Worldwide?
Yeah, of course. So Mr. Filipinas Worldwide is right now the largest male pageant in the Philippines. I'd say the most prestigious next to our Miss Universe Philippines, which in the Philippines pageants are basically like a sport, right? And it's the first time that they've gone to Alberta, Canada. Usually there are international pageants to aim for the Mr. Philippines crown. And I was successful in gaining the first ever crown for Mr. Philippines Alberta, Canada.
Wonderful, yeah, and with that, I believe it comes with a lot of responsibilities, and you'll be going to Asia sometime soon, right? Like the Philippines.
Yeah.
Would you be able to share what you'll be doing there?
Yeah, so I will be going there in March, starting in March, to work on my advocacy as well as do endorsements for the ambassadorships that I won during my reign with SMDC. And as well, I'm going around to travel the country with the other contestants to do some advocacy work and hopefully some humanitarian work there. So.
Wonderful, yeah. And is there anything else you wanted to share to the audience for something that they can look out for? Because you also, as long with being in pageants, you also do a lot of music work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so prior to flying in the Philippines, I will be holding a fundraising concert for my cause as well to help out for going to the Philippines and as competing there as a representative of Alberta, Canada. So this concert I will be performing. I believe it will be in Calgary on the first week of March, just before I fly out. And yeah, it'll be filled with lots of entertainment and it'll be an amazing time. So I hope everyone can come, not just in Calgary, but if anyone can travel from Edmonton or Lloydminster, yeah.
Absolutely, that sounds like a blast. Yeah, I'm excited for that for you. Yeah, and do you have any more plans for the rest of the day? Because you look all glammed up. You're so ready to just do a lot of things, yeah.
Yeah, so I have a few appearances and I'll be filming some videos for the organization which they can look at just to get to know me on my Instagram or even the Mr. Filipinas Worldwide social media pages.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today at the station for that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
A well-known Canadian musical group will be performing in Lloydminster in April. Stacey Comer spoke with one of the members of Glass Tiger about their upcoming show.
This is an exciting day for me here at Primetime Local News. I'm talking to somebody who I have been following, and I'm going to date myself here, since the mid-'80s. We'll just leave it at that. But Sam Reed from Glass Tiger is with me. Sam, thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Stacey. It's great to be here.
You guys are coming to Lloydminster. It's part of a bigger tour, but you're going to be in Lloydminster here April 7th at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. So tell me a little bit about this tour.
Well, we've, of course, we've toured over the 40 years we've been together many times across Canada. However, this tour, it's been a long time since we've done a theater tour, and the show it's still all the hits. It's still all the songs that you would expect that we would play, but we've put it together in a slightly different manner with some visuals and some surprises. And so we're quite excited. The tour is called This Island Earth, which was a track off our one of our albums. And it just felt like it was fitting because, with everything going on in the world today, it just felt like it was the right time. While we're still got our energy level up and everybody's feeling great and Alan's singing great, we would come out and go across Canada on this tour. So it's very exciting.
Now, you've been with the band since the beginning. You're one of the founders. So, how have you seen things change in the audiences from the beginning to now? Now when people like myself were teenagers and fans in the 80s, are you now seeing, my children and then, grandchildren, and you're getting all the different generations of fans at these shows?
We are certainly seeing a second crop of Glass Tiger fans, which is understandable. Alan, on this monologue, I forget what song now we set up, but we basically talk about 1986, and we get a show of hands in the audience, and we ask, how many people saw Glass Tiger in. Actually, what we do is say, how many people saw Glass Tiger, and a lot of hands will go up, and then he'll say, how many saw us in 1986, and then a lot of hands go down. So, and then of course you look in the audience and you see some younger people, and you think, you're doing the math in your head. You're thinking, there's no way you saw us in 1986. And then you find out that their mom and dad used to play a lot of Glass Tiger in the house. And now they're coming to Glass Tiger music based on hearing it in the house from their mom and dad. And we figured we might draw the line when it's the, grandparents. We're good with the parents. That's good. No, it's fun though. It's great to see some younger people in the audience. Yeah.
So what's it like for you after, you've done many tours before and now you come out and you see people having such a good time with your music and singing along, with the lyrics and, this is the songs that you wrote and produced and that people still attach so many memories with Glass Tiger songs. How does that feel for you when you're up on stage and you see that response?
Well, there's quite a bit of effort goes in, especially as we get a little older, like traveling in a bus and touring across the country. It's a big country. And, and one of the things that always makes you feel like you're doing the right thing is when you see people sing along. And that makes all of the effort worthwhile. As corny as that sounds, it's what gets us motivated, and it doesn't have to be tens of thousands. It could be a dozen people singing along. It still makes you feel like you're doing the right thing. We always watch, and there's moments in the song where we might even cut out and hear the audience. There's some audience participation parts, and it just never gets old when the fans sing along with you.
Now, you had some very exciting news this morning, and I'm not going to steal your thunder, so I'll let you tell us about it. But Hall of Fame honors, congratulations, and tell me about that and your reaction from yourself and from the rest of the band.
Well, and this is absolutely hot off the press. It literally just came down today. We got a notification that the Glass Tiger is going to be inducted into Canada's Hall of Fame, which, of course, after all the years, and it's on one level, it means you've been in the business a long time, which we have. But the bigger message is it's just such an honor. First of all, the other artists, Lorena McKennitt is in there, Dan Hill. I was looking at the press release this morning, and it was lovely to see our name in there with those other artists. And we were fortunate enough through our history to have won 5 Junos, and this is connected to the Juno. It's just the Juno Hall of Fame. So it's a bookends for us. We got the Junos early in our career in the 80s and 90s, and to get this honor at this point in our career. And to get it while we're still touring and we're still on the road, which is great. Like sometimes these things, they come along later in your life and maybe the band's not functional or something, but we're still a touring act. So we're going to celebrate this moment all across Canada with all the Canadians and all our fans.
Well, Sam, it has been an absolute pleasure to speak with you today again. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame and, still touring after all this long. And like I said, the fans just come out and enjoy your music. We've had lots of buzz around here in the newsroom talking about being excited to go and see the show. So once again, you are here April 7th, Lloydminster, Vic Juba Community Theatre, Glass Tiger as part of this Canadian tour. So thanks for stopping in Lloydminster. We're super excited to see you and thanks for chatting with me today.
Thank you. We're excited to get there. We'll see you there soon.
That's all for news. Sports is next, but first, here's a look at your closing market.
Today's oil prices are brought to you by First General Services.
The Lakeland Rustlers men's futsal team had a great start to their season and are preparing for their next set of games in February. Our Thomas Wildman has more on the team.
The Lakeland Rustlers men's futsal team had a great start at the opening tournament at Portage College, going 4-1, which has them tied for first in the ACAC North.
It was great. A lot of preparation went into the weekend, in the weeks and months before, leading up to Christmas. So to get out there and perform, prove that we have quality and that we deserve, you know, the banners on the wall and everything in the gym. Super awesome. Proud of the group, proud of everybody individually.
The team is not going to rest on their laurels and are going to work hard in practice to maintain their place in the standings.
Just a bit of everything. You know, a big part of the game in futsal is transitions, right? So if we're getting too forward, we need to get back. Defensively, we need to just be tight. We need to really work hard together. We need to communicate, and just everything in training. You know, from technique to finishing to energy, building each other up. Just little bits of everything, but I think we're really on the right track.
Some of the Rustlers' success has come from their strong motivation as they will get to play in their home gym for the ACAC Championships in March.
We set the standard in August, and we don't want to be, we don't want to have happen to us what happened to us in soccer, where we should have been in playoffs, and then NWP ended up getting into playoffs because they were hosting, but we're not a quality group. That's not what we are. No, we set our standard in August, and we will go about business, and we're going to try to finish first.
Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
Now let's take a look at your pets of the day.
Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
That's all the time we have tonight for Primetime Local News. I'm Lane Hoffert, and thanks for joining me.